everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Carlie. I am the owner and dyer behind Karlie Paige Fibre Co. Typically, I do host a knitting podcast where I talk about all of my current projects and sometimes other things like sewing or natural dyeing. But today I have a little bit of a different video. I actually have a shop update for my online yarn shop coming Friday, May 2nd, 2025. So I thought today we could go through some of the colorways, or all of the colorways actually, that will be available in that shop update, and you can kind of see what I've been up to dyeing wise lately. Before I dive in and start talking and showing all of the colorways here, let's just chat a little bit about my online shop. So I currently carry one yarn base and it is 100% BFL non-superwash. And I like to use this for many different things. I'm currently knitting up a garment in it, this really beautiful colorwork sweater. I use it a lot for socks, which is a great option for a nylon-free, plastic-free, superwash-free sock yarn. I also love to use it for lots of shawls and accessories. So it's a really versatile yarn. It is 100 grams of yarn for 369 yards. So you can definitely get a gauge between fingering and sport weight. You can definitely get gauge between those two yarn weights just fine, I would say. And then of course you can always hold it double, but I've just been experimenting with it, holding it single with lots of different yarn needle sizes, and it's quite versatile. Like I even used it for a cowl that called for 5mm needles, and it was garter stitch, and it just plumped up and it looked really, really good. But on the other hand, I also use it for a really tight gauge when I knit socks on 2.25mm needles, and I love the fabric with that as well. So that is the yarn base. And then for care, this is all naturally dyed yarn. So if you haven't purchased or worked with natural dyes before, it's fairly simple. I just always suggest that you use a pH neutral soap just so it doesn't affect the color. And then you just want to gently wash it like you would all your knits in like a lukewarm, cool water. Just soak it and then lay flat to dry, and always store all of these yarns and all of your finished objects away from the sun. And they can just be prone to fading in the sun a little bit faster that way. But it's really easy to care for, and I would just say the most important thing is to keep out of the sun. Now, as for shipping, I am currently shipping to Canada, which is where I'm based here in Calgary, Alberta. So I'm shipping to Canada, the US, and now I'm shipping to the UK. So I do have flat rate shipping. All of that information is on my website, which is linked down below. I also have an FAQ page. So if you have any questions or just want to read up on some things about natural dyeing and BFL yarn, I definitely recommend checking out that page on my website. And if there are any other questions that haven't been answered on that page, please feel free to email me, which is also linked down below. And then you could also just drop a comment down below and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. So I always get a lot of questions about where I get my dyes and how I dye my yarn. I do have a supplier for natural dyes for extracts for not a lot, actually just only like 2 dyes that I use. I buy from my supplier, and those are just for some colors that I just can't get with the dye that I have here. So my mom actually owns and operates a flower farm, and she's about 15 minutes from me, and it's where I grew up out in the country, and that's where I get most of my dye material. So it's super local to this area, which I love so much. And so with combination of mostly her flowers and plants, a lot of foraging that I do myself with wild plants that's on their property, I also grab, and then some food scraps as well. So most of it, I would say 90% of it, is things that I've sourced locally, and then the remaining 10% is just from a supplier for colors that I can't achieve with the local native plants in my area. And I'm actually very excited because my mom will be stopping her flower farm, but I get to take over the hoop house, and I've got over 500 plants right now that are growing in the basement of where I'm filming right now, which is at my parents' house. and in the next couple of days, my partner and I will be planting them in the hoop house. So that will be how I get all of my diet material going forward, is all of these flowers that I've been growing from seed. And when the season progresses and a lot of the flowers start to bloom and start to grow, I'll definitely take you all out with me into the hoop house and show you all of my dye plants. Okay, enough of that. I think we've done enough talking. Hopefully some of you are still here, but I just love to share with you all of the colorways that are coming this next shop update, which again is in a couple of days time. Friday, May 2nd at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'll go live on my shop. And if you're not interested in purchasing, maybe you're just interested in the dye process and checking out some of the colors that I've been creating lately. So let's start with the first one that I have here laying down in front of me. I've got a nice little order of color here, and I'll share that with you all at the end. I think it looks so pretty in this order. But the first one here is the color Olive. Just a really nice, soft, natural green. As you can see with BFL, and hopefully it's coming across on camera, it's just a really like naturally shiny, lustrous yarn. I really enjoy working with it. So this is Olive. This is what I'm calling Olive. So this will be available in the shop update. I am also picturing this in a really beautiful shawl. I think that would be really appropriate and beautiful for spring and summer. And I can just picture it in a really lacy, drapey shawl. I think that would be lovely, especially with one that has like a lot of eyelets in it, maybe some leaf motifs just to play off of this beautiful natural green color. The next one is called Lichen, and this one I had to bring back because it was in my first ever shop update and it was a super popular colorway. So I thought I definitely have to bring this one back. I don't have a whole lot of them available in this shop update. So if you're interested, yeah, just you might want to act quickly on this one. This is still drying, so it's not skeined up. It's just kind of hanging here, but you can see this is Lichen. It's a really soft green base with some dark green, dark golden speckles throughout. So skeined up. So you can see it twisted here. I'll just kind of sort of skein it up for you. That's what it looks like skeined up. Again, it's still damp from when I washed it yesterday, but I did want to show you that this will be available in the shop. And this one, I actually do have a sample knit, and I knit myself up some self-drafted mock cable socks, which I've shared on here many times before. But just to show you how the Lichen knits up, because it's speckled, it's always so hard to tell. But this is how my skein of Lichen knit up for me. So you can see, I think it worked really well with just this simple texture. With the speckles aren't too heavy, so it doesn't distract your eye from the pattern or get hidden with all of the texture. And then in stockinette, that's what it looks like for me as well. And these are my most worn socks by far. They're my favorite pair. I love them so much. Definitely recommend knitting some mock cable socks in, whether it's my yarn or someone else's yarn. I think it's a really fun project, and I don't have a pattern written for it, but I know there are plenty of free mock cable socks or faux cable socks on Ravelry that look pretty similar to this. I worked mine top down, and I did my normal short row heel and then a wedge toe. A lot of them I think have the heel flap and gusset, which I know is super popular. For me, I hate that. It's so unenjoyable for me to work on, so I always do the short row heel. But yes, definitely recommend knitting some mock cable socks, and yeah, this is kind of a preview of what Lichen looks like. The next one is another repeated colorway from the last shop update, and this is because this also sold out super quickly, so I thought I would bring some back. And this is also a very popular color right now. For whatever reason, it's just taking the knitting world by storm and the fashion world by storm, and you can probably already guess what that's going to be, but this is butter. So a really soft, buttery yellow. Again, I think this is really perfect and appropriate for spring and summer. A shawl would also look beautiful in this. I've also knit myself up some socks in this colorway before too, my Elma Street sock pattern. And yeah, it's a really nice color. I think it's also a good option for like a neutral if you're not into the beiges and the grays, but you still want some color, but you also still want it to feel like a neutral. I think this is a really good option for that. Now the rest of the colors are all new colorways, and some of them don't have names yet. So I have to get on that and figure out what to name some of these. And of course, if you have any suggestions, please let me know down below. I have to figure it out before the shop update on Friday. But this one here, I'm obsessed with this one. This is another really beautiful speckled colorway, and when I say speckled, it is a little bit different with natural dye and on this BFL yarn. When you speckle on superwash yarn and with the acid dyes, it can be very crisp and you can see like each dot. With natural dyes, with most natural dyes and with on this BFL, I find it kind of floods a little bit more and becomes more watercolory-ish. So I am calling it speckled, but it's definitely more like watercolor effect. And it's a really soft pink, lots of golds as you can see, and then sometimes the golds turn into a little bit more of an olive color. So I don't have a name for this one yet, but this is, I think, one that I'll probably be wanting to bring back to the shop a lot throughout my future shop updates, because I think it's just so beautiful. And I love this little bit of really bright green, and then it goes into more earthy greens and then these goldens. It's just really, really pretty. So any name suggestions for this one, I would be greatly appreciative. It's so fun to pick out colorway names, but sometimes I just get stumped, and I'm definitely stumped with this one. So I'm excited about this one though. I think these would look really cute in socks, and definitely, like, I think all colorways look good in shawls. So I think this would look good in a shawl too. Next up here is the colorway Blush. So just a really soft pink. Again, a great option for a neutral that isn't beige or gray or white or black. I love this one. Really pretty soft blush pink. A lot of these colors I tried to have like spring and summer in mind when I was dyeing them up. So you'll just notice kind of a lot of light, happy feeling colors, and I hope that comes across, but that's what I was going for, and I just think these are all really appropriate for spring and summer. The next one is Blossom. This is one of my favorites from this collection, and it's just a slightly more saturated pink than the previous one we saw. It's a really beautiful pink in my opinion. It's just, my words aren't coming to me that well, which isn't great, but I just love this pink. So yeah, this one's named Blossom, and I do have a sample knit up in this one, so let me grab that. So I saw the Peacock scarf recently released from LeKnit, and I saw that and I thought that has to be knit up in Blossom, so that's what I did. So here it is. It's just a like tiny shawlette style scarf with some lace and like feather and fan style lace. I think it's really, really pretty. I had a blast knitting this as well. I think I'm going to be wearing this mostly with it back like this, and then probably just do, how do I do that again? Wait, I always get confused when I try and tie a little bandana like this. Here we go. There we go. So how cute is that? There's so much hate on tiny scarves right now, and I don't know why, honestly. I think they're really cute, and this is kind of more of a shawlette than a tiny scarf in my opinion, but I think it looks really cute. And in wintertime, I think I would want to wear it more like this, and then it can just kind of get more coverage. Gosh, hair is always in the way. More warmth around my neck like this, and then I can tie it under here. Yeah, I can just do two, but honestly, having like smaller scarves like this for where I live is really great, especially in like transitional seasons. I think in the fall with a lighter jacket, this will be really nice, just keeping my neck warm. And then even in the like depths of winter, I think this will be really nice too. I can even just tie it once back here and then kind of stand it up. Anyway, this is what Blossom looks like all knit up. And if you haven't worked with BFL before, I would say I'm quite sensitive to itchy wools, and this is next to skin soft for me, especially along my neck, which is typically a very sensitive area for most people. So again, that's just something you'll have to figure out on your own because everybody is different, but for myself, it's a very soft wool, very soft, all natural wool. The next one is coral, and it is a coral color and just an even more saturated version from the Blossom that we just saw. So again, just a really pretty summery color, I think. And I did knit up a swatch, and I knit this up on a higher gauge just to see what it would look like in stockinette. So I knit this on, I think it was 3.75 needles. And as you can see, it's like quite airy, but this is what it looks like knit up. So yeah, it's like a tonal. There is slight variegation in there with some darker parts, some lighter parts, and that's very normal for natural dyes. It's just what to expect when you dye them up. Some areas take in the dye a little bit more, and some areas take it in a little bit less, and that's just the nature of natural dye. So yeah, that's what it looks like knit up, and that is coral. The next colorway is a one of a kind, so there's only a couple available for this one. Oh wait, no, that's not true. That's the one I'm going to show after this. This one is called Orangesicle, and I can recreate this one. So this is just a really fun summery orange. It reminded me of the creamsicle, orange creamsicle popsicles. So I think this is a really fun, bright color, and I think this would be a really good fun color for color work, whether it's the contrast or the main. I think it could really pop depending on the yarn that you pair with it. And the final one is the one of a kind colorway. And again, there's only a couple of these. I can't recreate it, but it is just a soft tan camel colorway. A really great neutral would be good for a lot of different projects. Like I you know what, I can picture these in some ribbed socks. I think that would be really pretty. And then I keep saying shawls, but for whatever reason, shawls are really on my mind lately. And I just really enjoyed knitting this scarf, and then I kind of wanted to knit another one. It would be pretty in the peacock scarf. It'd be a really good neutral to have. So those are all the colors that will be available this Friday. I really enjoyed dyeing these up. I actually love looking at all of these colors down together. I'm getting a lot of inspiration from them. I will share a couple of pairs of colors that I think look really good together. And let's see. Well, I think this unnamed color and then this olive would look beautiful together because every so often you do get some green specks that are very similar to this olive colorway. So I think that would be beautiful. And you know what I think this would look really good in is the pressed flowers motif from Amy Christoffers. I mean, she has so many pressed flowers patterns now. There's the shawl, the cowl, the socks, the hat, the cardigan, there might be more. The pullover, the bandana, which is a free Ravelry download, and it's a smaller project. I think that would be so, so pretty in this combination. For a really soft, mellow pairing, I think butter and blush look beautiful together. That's just a really calming pairing right there, which I love. And very low contrast, so I wouldn't recommend this for color work, but if you just wanted to kind of have them appear in the same color, in the same pattern, maybe it's stripes or something like that, or a cuff and a heel, these are really pretty together. I really love these two as well. So this is the one-of-a-kind colorway, and then this is Blossom. I just think they work so well together. I think this could work for enough contrast in color work, but it would be on the lower side of contrast. So if you like a higher contrast, this probably wouldn't be for you, but I think this could also look really good in the pressed flowers motif. And here are all of the pink ones together. So I think this is really nice and a cohesive look. There's another group. So we've got Blossom, Orangesicle, and Butter. I think this one's really pretty too. So Blossom, Coral, and Olive. Okay, that's all I have to share with you all today. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Again, this shop update goes live on Friday, May 2nd at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you want to check out my website, it is linked down below, and you can just see the FAQ page if you have any questions, or you can email me directly or drop a comment back down below, and I'd be happy to answer them. As far as shipping goes, I usually get them shipped out the same day that you order them, unless your order comes in super late at night. Then I'll usually drop it off at the post office the following morning. So I do try and get shipping out relatively quickly. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just please let me know. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. And I'll see you next time. And my next video will be a standard knitting podcast with actually a lot of sewing as well, which will be featured at the end of the video if you're only there for the knitting. So I'll see you all next time for that one, and happy knitting, happy making, and hope you all have a good day. Bye.